Hello, and welcome to Once Upon a Time in Black History. I am your host, Tamara Shiloh, author, educator, and owner of the Multicultural Bookstore in Richmond, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada. You can also find us on my website at onceuponatimeInBlackHistory.com. Our shows are sponsored by the Multicultural Bookstore, and if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please send me an email at tamarashiloh@gmail.com. Alrighty then, let's get this party started. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Once Upon a Time in Black History. My name is Tamara Shiloh, and I will be your host. Today's episode is the story of Seneca Village. Did you know that before Central Park in New York was built, there was a neighborhood called Seneca Village? It was the home for African American families along with Irish and German immigrants, and it became an important place in history. Seneca Village began in 1825 when a free Black man named Andrew Williams bought land between what is now 82nd and 89th Streets in Manhattan. Soon, other African Americans followed, buying land and building homes. Owning land was very important at that time because in New York State, Black men had to own $250 worth of property to be able to vote. So, Seneca Village gave many people the chance to have both a home and a voice in their community. The people of Seneca built houses, planted gardens, raised their families. They created a neighborhood where children could play safely and families could live with more space than in the crowded downtown area. Unlike the tiny and unhealthy apartments that many people lived in, Seneca Village had two-story houses with yards and trees. Churches were at the heart of the community. There were three main churches: All Angels Episcopal Church, African Union Methodist Church, and AME Zion Church. These weren't just places to pray. They also served as schools, meeting spots, and centers for helping neighbors. In fact, Seneca Village had a school where African American children were taught, which gave them hope for a better future. By the 1830s and 1840s, Seneca Village was a strong and diverse neighborhood. About two-thirds of the people were African American, while the rest were Irish and German immigrants. They lived side by side, making it a rare example of cooperation during a time when discrimination was common in New York. Sadly, the story of Seneca Village did not have a happy ending. In the 1850s, New York City leaders wanted to build a big public park, what we now know as Central Park. To make room, the city forced the people of Seneca Village to leave their homes. This was done through a law called eminent domain, which allowed the government to take private land for public use. Although some families were given money, it was usually not enough to make up for everything they lost. By 1857, Seneca Village was gone. For many years, few people even knew that Seneca Village had ever existed. But in recent times, historians and archaeologists have worked to uncover its history. They found items like dishes and shoes and tools that tell us about the daily lives of its residents. Today, signs and memorials in Central Park honor the village and its people. Seneca Village is an important reminder that Black folks, even in the early 1800s, worked hard to build safe, thriving communities. Now imagine that. Thank you for listening to this episode of Once Upon a Time in Black History. My name is Tamara Shiloh, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to Once Upon a Time in Black History. For more information on this topic and others, visit the Multicultural Bookstore at multiculturalbookstore.com. And again, if you want to advertise in our podcast for a mere $25, please contact me at Tamara Shiloh at gmail.com. See you next time.